Well, I was just getting ready to start recording, and I've had a bit of a run-in with the neighbors. They just keep coming. Oh, so I thought I'd try and get some of this on video. Like, you wouldn't believe how many there have been so far. This is crazy. Alright, maybe that's the end of them. But I opened the door, and I swear there was 10 of them that came walking through the door. Oh, goodness. I think we got more. It's a zombie raid night. Oh, this is crazy. Whoa. I don't think they're gonna stop. Oh, we got a zombie villager. Oh, another zombie. Well. Whoa. Okay. Oh, a little guy, little bub. Oh. Whoa, jeez. Alright. Well, let me clear these guys out. And I'll be right back. Okay. Well, the sun finally came up and stopped them from coming because most of them burnt up. But wow. That went for the whole night. And look at the number of zombie brains I have, right? Which is just basically zombie flesh. But this is crazy. The amount of zombie brains I have now, and this is my primary source of food these days. I think right since the beginning of the game almost, where I've just been drying these guys constantly and making it. I have an unending supply of monster jerky. I've got 41 down here, I still got 5 in here. I've got all this other jerky as well that I've made up. Oh, look, and another head. I've got zombie heads everywhere. Look at all of these creeper heads and zombie heads. Well, that was an interesting night. Alright, so let's, now that we've cleared out all the nasties, let's get to what we actually wanted to do today. Oh, yeah, I've got a ton of gold, so I've just been trying to clear it out of my smeltery here. It's coming down now. And, yeah, so I've just been putting all my ores, or my blocks of ores that I've been smelting over there. Just keep that going. I'll just keep that going. Yeah, so what we want to do in this episode, after I eat a little bit, we got a few things I want to look at today. Let's start with the armor rack. So last time we looked at these a little bit, and we had two different types of armor racks. So we had this armor rack from Better Storage, and we have this one here from Bibliocraft. And they seem pretty much the same, right? So you could pick it up, put it on, you could shift click and switch your armor, right? And both of them would seem to do that. This one also had that interface that if I click on it, right, I can flip them out one by one. But I found out that if you need to give it a redstone charge. So if I just take one of my redstone blocks and I put it right beside this guy here, and with an empty hand, I believe, if I shift right click on this armor rack, it flips out my entire armor suit all at once. So if I shift right click again, boom, now I've got the entire suit of armor on me. So you could with this, I really like this Bibliocraft armor rack now, because with a redstone charge like that, you could set up, let's say you have a bunch of different suits of armor that you use for different occasions, or because one of the cool things about this exo armor, right, is you can mod it up to your heart's content. So you could have a suit of armor that is super protection, or you could have a suit of armor that is speed boost, like you can just move really fast, or you can have a combo armor, or like a best of all worlds, or like a really good attack damage armor, right? And so then you can set, like, you can have a bunch of those armor stands and just kind of have them all laid out. and then walk up to one and go, boom, I need this one right now, and then walk off, and then come back after your battle and you go, bang, okay, I want my protection armor back now because I'm done with my attack armor. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see if that just keeps going. But yeah, so we need to just, like, if I take this back, if I was to do something, I don't know, little bit, tiny bit prettier at this moment. So if I just take this and stick it underneath it, this will charge it, and then I can put that back there. And now it looks normal. And again, with an empty hand, I can just, boom, switch my armor out. Boom. Ah, I love it. I love it. Cool. So that's the first thing. Just thought you guys would be interested in that. So, armor rack with redstone. The next thing I wanted to show you guys is, so speaking of armor, we might as well show you the upgrades I did to my exo armor. So, let me just, oops, that's not what I want to do. Just put this back up there for the moment. So, my exo armor, you'll see, has protection 16% on every single piece here, as well as 10% attack damage. So after the last episode, I was playing around a bit and I figured out how to give it a bunch of protection. And so what I'll do now is I'll break out here and I'll run that other clip that shows you how I did that, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just finishing up upgrading the armor. This is what we talked about in the last episode about making these iron casting plates. I had to go out and get a whole bunch more iron to make this happen because I've been doing this for quite a while now, making these iron large plates. And basically what I needed to do was create enough that I could surround each piece of my armor with 8 of these pieces, which bring up its protection to 16%. So I've just kind of done a little bit of attack and a bunch of protection on each of these to basically try and get so now you'll see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10 protection or armor with this armor, but it also gives me so each of these pieces bump it up 2 notches, but it also, each piece of this also gives me 10% attack damage as well. So I've sacrificed a little bit of protection for a little bit extra in my attack power, so this will get added on to whatever my sword does. And it looks like I made an extra plate, so I'll just put that away with this other plate that I accidentally made when I thought I had iron, but I didn't. So yeah, so I went around and I just got a whole bunch more. Now I've got a ton of iron, as you can see. So I'll probably start siphoning that out here and making some blocks of iron, and I've just been putting them up here when I have too much. But yeah, so now I've got lots of that. I've been collecting some gold, some other things as well. But basically that's just how the armor was made, is you take each piece, you put it in the middle. I was surrounding it with 8 of those plates, and then to give it that protection, I think I showed you last time where I put a diamond on it. So all I did was I added 1 more diamond. So just dropped on another diamond on it as well. So every single piece of my exo armor has, I believe, 2 diamonds and 8 iron plates to give it the protection and a little bit of attack power. So that's the first set of armor anyway. And I think that's decent for now. We'll probably make another set of armor in the future when we got more materials and more things like sharpness and other things that we can do to the armor. But yeah, so there you go. That's how the armor was created. Alright, well I hope you guys thought that was pretty cool, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm quite liking my armor. I love the way, whoops, I'm pressing the wrong button here. Here we go. I love the way this armor looks, and so here you can see it without the hat, the silly hat that I had on, because it was covering up these awesome goggles. So now you can see it in its full glory. It's pretty cool. I think it looks amazing. I also like the protection. So like I've been out and about and searching for some obsidian, and you can see here I've got a full stack of obsidian now, and it took me forever to find this obsidian. I know I probably, like, there was that lava pool that's just out there that I could have run some water on, but that's kind of my source for this lava here, so I didn't want to do that. There's also other ways to actually make obsidian in this mod pack with some of these machines, and we'll definitely get into some of those machines in the near future as well. But I just did this the old-fashioned way. I went searching through caves and mines and everything, and I found it. But one thing that I noticed while I was doing that is this armor was awesome, great protection, as well as my sword. Even though it's not the greatest thing in the world at this point, it's still amazing. It's pretty awesome. And one thing I'll show you is I did manage to find a bit more lapis, and I've fully upgraded it now so that it's got a full 450 lapis on it, which means that it's got looting 3. So I get a lot more drops. That's probably where all those zombie heads were coming from. As well as I put auto repair on everything, right? So I've got the moss on my rapier, I've got the moss on my bow, on my pick, on my, like, all my tools. And it is by far one of the best things, for at least that in my opinion, for putting on as a modifier on all of your tools, just because this guy here, like you can see, it's almost fully back up as far to being full health, and I've just been using this thing like crazy. Like all of that, oops, that's not what it was over here. All of this obsidian, I mined it all in one go. This guy never got below maybe a quarter broken, and then now it's just been repairing itself back up. It's by far one of the best upgrades that I think. So like these tinker tools are awesome. I can't say enough about them. They're so awesome. I love the combinations that you can do, and yeah, just absolutely amazing. Love it to bits. All right, so one of the other things I'll just so yeah, we did the upgrade of the armor. These tools, by far worth it. Take the time to make them, figure out what you want, and build them. They're amazing. One other thing I'll actually just show you, because I thought it was kind of crazy, is I found a couple more dungeons while I was searching for the obsidian, and in these dungeons now I've got quite a collection of stuff. I've just been putting almost all of this stuff in here. This white stone and blue stone, I don't know what it is. I'll have to look it up. But I got some music discs, a bunch more stencils. I even have this miniature red heart, which we definitely have to get into. I'll show you what this can do. You basically need to turn it into a red heart canister, and it'll give you more hearts, right? You'll actually be able to go above 10, and you can put 10 of these on. Actually, if I just let's bring up my inventory here. If I click on this armor guy up here, you can see that there's these heart canisters over here on the right hand side. You can put you have to build these heart canisters. Let's see if I can go. Yeah, these guys right here. You want to build these red heart canisters. So it takes these miniature red hearts. So I've got one of these now. You need to make a jeweled apple, get a necrotic bone, so we'll have to go to the nether to get that, and then an empty canister, which I believe is, yeah, it's just some aluminum ingots, right? So super easy to make all of that. I've got one of these now. This is just an apple surrounded by diamond. Diamond is not hard to find in this mod pack. So we'll have to go to the nether to get these necrotic bones. But then once we build these red heart canisters, we can start dropping them in here, and we can get 10 of them, and it'll give us basically another 10 hearts once we get them full up. So we can have 20 hearts here. And then after that, you can actually keep building on that. And we'll, like you'll see here, we can, once we do the red hearts, that's these guys, that'll get us up to 20. And then once we've done those, we can start, I think we move on to the yellow ones. Yeah, so they take a red heart canister, a miniature yellow heart, which I believe you get when you take out the wither boss. So we'll have to do that to get those. And then a golden apple, right, which is blocks of gold around an apple. And then you can even go up to the green hearts. So, or maybe, there's no recipe for those. So I wonder how you get those. But yeah, so I'm imagining that means that you can fill up 1, 2, 3 and basically have 40 hearts. But we have to start with the red canisters. So we can actually get going on that because I have one of those. So that's pretty cool. Let's just go back over. Let's take a look here. Oh, Darren, I didn't show you what I was actually going to show you. So if I look into this chest, the last thing I wanted to show you is I have 8 dragon eggs. We are definitely going to have to hatch these babies in an episode. And I believe there's 5 or 6 different types of dragons that you can hatch. So we're definitely gonna have to do that. I think that'd be absolutely amazing to try and make all the different types of dragons and see how they work. Dragon eggs, lots of fun I think with those. All right, so the next thing that we need to do now is the main thing that I want to do in this episode is build ourselves a XP storage tank, right? As you can see, I've got 60 levels of experience, and I do not want to lose this. There was a couple close calls when I was out in the dungeons and trying to find that obsidian, and I don't want to lose 60 levels of experience to some random death. That would just be, I would be very, very upset. So we need to build ourselves a storage system. So let's open blocks. So in the open blocks mod, there is where is it here? A tank, there. So this is why I was searching for obsidian. We need 4 pieces of obsidian, and we need some glass panels in the middle. So let's go back, and I believe I have some glass. We can make a bunch of glass panels. And I think that's all we'll need. Now we need to take the glass panels, put it across in the middle, and let's go get the, oops, no, darn, it's right there. Get this obsidian. And that makes 2. Okay, that makes 2 of those bad boys. Okay, so we got some tanks. The next thing we need to do, oops, well that's interesting. We did not need one in the middle maybe? Alright, so we got 2 tanks. The next thing we need to make is the drain, the XP drain. That's this guy here. So it looks like it's just a whole bunch of iron bars, right? So if you click on iron bars, that's just some iron. And darn it, looks like my recording stopped right there, actually, where we just flipped to this scene. So I actually continued on and finished the rest of the episode. So I'm gonna undid what I did, and I will redo it now. So let's get back to it. We were in the middle of making our drain, I believe, right? So we had some iron bars. Let's just make a few more iron bars. that we need now. So we need the iron bars to make a drain, right? So we put all these together. You'll see that I already have this drain over here and a bunch of these XP tanks that I made last night, but that part of the recording is gone. So we'll do it all again. Here we are. So we put all of these iron bars together here to make ourselves an XP drain. I don't actually need to do this right now because we have one. So I'll just save those away here. So we need our XP drain and our tanks that we made. We made at least 1 or 2 of them before, I think. So I've got all these XP drains here. And let's walk over here. And what we'll do now is we want to take our drains and plop them down. Let's do something like that, because I want to show you kind of how these drains work. So if I plop this drain on top of one of these tanks and then stand on it, it'll start draining my XP out of me and into these tanks. And you'll see that it just keeps filling up and filling up. We get our wonderful little ding ding ding. And as it grows, we lose our XP, and we don't have to worry about losing it for good. It just gets stored away in here. Now you'll see that it starts filling up and filling up. And we want it to go a little bit more because I want to show you how these tanks work. That might be good for now. So now here we go. We got a bunch of experience in here, and we still got 49 levels left, so it takes a little while to drain it out. But if I take a shovel, I believe is the best way to grab this, and whack one of these drains, you'll see that it breaks apart nicely, and it actually takes part of the experience that was in this and keeps it in this guy here, right? So you don't actually, you can break it and you don't lose what's in it, which is really good. You can move these around. So I can pick this back up, and then let's say if I drop this on top, boing, it actually, everything that was in there just drops down into the bottom. So it follows the rules of physics, or the laws of physics, I guess, when it comes to liquids. And so yeah, you can move them around. Excuse me, sorry. And then, yeah, so we add another tank on, and boom, it just fills out. So we can just grow this all the way up, something like that, and stand here in the middle, and it'll just take all of our experience right out of us and into this massive tank. And you just grow this tank as much as you need to store away all of the experience that you want to store away, right? So I could actually knock out behind here and keep growing this tank backwards as I run out of space in here, as I get more and more experience. Whoop. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it, and the longer you stand here, the more experience it goes. So that's kind of boring now, so let's take that gold and start another one. Boing. Still doing that. And oh, actually I moved some of the materials that I use more often, whoops, up here. And just kind of stuck them up here. I don't actually like how I, when I whack off some of these guys from this, they just fall down here, and I can't actually have to jump up on top of all my tables and everything to get them. So I might move the tables kind of right underneath. It's gonna, maybe that'll look funny, I don't know. But at least then when I hit them, I don't have to jump up on all of my tools or my tables to get them. One last thing that I want to do as well here, actually, is change up the ladder that we have over there. So we just have a normal old ladder over there, and in our, it's like we're playing with open blocks today, right? So let's grab the open blocks book and just show you. This book is gorgeous, by the way. Like, they put a lot of work into this wonderful manual for open blocks. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here that we won't get into today, but we will over time. Like, this elevator is really awesome, the sprinkler. You can flip through these and read what they're all about, but they're really cool. This bear trap, I think, would be really fun to play with. This building guide will be interesting as well for when we want to build something maybe a little bit bigger and more massive. The vacuum hopper is super awesome, lets you throw like anything that's within a range of it will just get sucked up, and you can put like a chest underneath it and suck it all up into the chest. Here's that tank that we just built. So, you know, really straightforward, really easy. Paths that look really nice, fans that actually have some really serious power behind them. You know, a few different things here. Auto enchanting table. We're going to get to this probably right away next. So we can use all of this experience that we've just collected into our tanks. But this is what I wanted to do right now, is actually build ourselves a rope ladder. So we need a bunch of string and sticks to make a really cool looking ladder. And yeah, there's lots of other really interesting things. Here's a drain that we talked about. XP bottler allows you to basically bottle up the XP that we put in those tanks into bottles that you can carry around with you. Obviously, you can carry around the tank with you, but these, I believe that these enchanted bottles of experience are used in some recipes. I'm not sure about that though. Yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff in here. Oh, the shower is actually interesting too. This actually kind of allows you to drain the XP that's being stored out of one set of storage and into another one. And you outside, you're probably dying on our stuff up here. Ah, damn it. Darn it! I can't jump. Alright, so yeah, so that's some of the stuff in this mod pack, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of just little things that we're going to want to do from that book. So right now, though, we're going to make ourselves that ladder. So if I put some sticks down the middle, and then we need our string, wing, and put that on the other side, and we make ourselves a rope ladder. Now let's go over to, this is the way I was getting out of here and into this kind of cave a while back, right? It was through this entrance. One really, I don't really use this much anymore because I made another entrance on the other side, and also I can fly, so I don't actually even need the ladder at all. But I just think this looks really cool. So if you take this down, and you take your rope ladder and you hang it from somewhere that there's not a bunch of things underneath it, boing, it just falls down and it extends all the way down to wherever it'll. I don't know if there's a limit to it, but it's pretty long, I believe. Like it'll just kind of extend all the way down to as far as it can, and then you can just climb up it like a normal ladder, and in we go. I just think it looks really cool, so I'm going to leave this here. And we'll head back over to our tinker area. And get some food because I'm hurting for hunger. And that's so cool. I love this. And look at that. So there we go. Now we have ourselves an awesome system that allows us to save all of our experience, and we don't have to worry about random deaths. So, whoops, that. Let's end that like on this note. And I will see you all next time with all my experience stored away nice and safe.